critical articles dedicated with profound reverence to the holy memory of the immortal bliss, supreme yogi, and the most exalted Sri Swami Pramanandaji of Sri Pramhans Ashram, Ansuya Chitrakoot. Guru Vandana, solution of to the Guru. ओम श्री सद्गुरु देव भगवान की जय। जय सद्गुरुदेवम परमानंदम अमर श्री राम अविकारी निर्गुण निर्मूलम धारी स्थूलम कतन सूलम भाव भरी। सूरत नील सोहम कालीमल को हम जन मन मोहम छवि भारी। अमर पूर्वासी सब सुख ऋषि सदा क्रास निरकारी निर्विकारी। सो आत्मने मोक्षार्थ जगत हिताय च। तृतीय विश्व हिंदू सम्मेलन 10 तारीख 11वां महीना 2012 13 फरवरी 2007 के अवसर पर अर्ध कुंभ 2007 प्रयाग भारत में प्रवासी एवं अप्रवासी भारतीय के विश्व सम्मेलन के उद्घाटन के अवसर पर विश्व हिंदू परिषद ने 11वीं धर्म संसद में पारित गीता हमारा धर्म शास्त्र है प्रस्ताव के परिप्रेक्ष्य में गीता को सदैव से विद्यमान भारत का गुरु ग्रंथ कहते हुए यथार्थ गीता को इसका शाश्वत भाष्य उद्घोषित किया तथा इसके अंतर्राष्ट्रीय मानव धर्म शास्त्र की उपयोगिता रखने वाला शास्त्र कहा। अंतर्राष्ट्रीय अध्यक्ष विश्व हिंदू परिषद। Extract from historical judgment of Honorable High Court Allahabad, Honorable Mr. Justice A.Sen Srivastava. In his judgment dated 30 August 2007, pass in right petition number 56447 of 2003, Syamal Ranjan Mukherjee versus Nirmal Ranjan Mukherjee and others has been pleased to hold that Srimad Bhagavad Gita is a dharma shastra not only for Hindu but for all human beings. Message of Gita is relevant for all religion of the world and it's not limited for any particular religion. Yatharth Gita by Swami Argadananda Ji Maharaj, a great sant of India, is dharma and dharma shastra for all irrespective of their caste, creed, race, religion, dharma and community and it for all time of space. Aforesaid decision is available on the website allahabadhighcourt.in. The Gita is a sacred right of the whole of humanity, Sri Maharshi Ved Vyas Lord Krishna era. Before the advent of Maharshi Ved Vyas, approximately 5200 years ago, no text of any pedagogical discipline was available in the text form. Departing from this tradition of oral and perceiving words of wisdom and knowledge, he compiled the attendant physical as well as a spiritual knowledge in the textual form of four Ved, Brahm Sutra, Mahabharat, Bhagavad Gita, and proclaim that गीता सुगीता कर्तव्या किमणे शास्त्र संग्रह या स्वयं पद्मनाभस्य मुख्य पाणिनि द्विनिसिता. Gopal Krishna has condensed the conclusion of all the Upanishad in the Gita to enable humanity to alleviate itself from pangs of sorrow. The heart of all Ved and the essence of all the Upanishad is the Gita, which was elicited by Lord Krishna and provided sustenance to disrupt humanity of a reason, doctrine, and approach to perceive the Supreme Being. This has endowed humanity with the ultimate means of peace, the sage from among all his works. Earmark the Gita as the treatise of knowledge and remark that the Gita is suitable for being earnestly taken as the driving philosophy of one's activity of life. When we have the treatise given to us, which was uttered by Lord Krishna himself, why ever would we need to store other scriptures? The essence of the Gita is explicitly clarified by the verse एकम शास्त्रम देवकी पुत्र गीतम एको देवो देवकी पुत्र एवं एको मंत्रस्य नमामि कर्माप्येकम तस्य देवस्य सेवा. Meaning, there is only one holy rite which had been recited by Lord Krishna, the son of Devaki. There is only one spiritual entity worth emulating, and the truth which has been specified in that commentary is the soul. There is nothing immortal other than the soul. What Kant has been advised by that Yogeshwar in the Gita. Oh, Arjun, Om is the name of the eternal Supreme Being. Chant Om and meditate upon me. There is only one Dharma, ordain action to serve the Supreme Being described in the Gita. Place him in your heart with reverence. Therefore, the Gita has remained our scripture since the beginning. After Lord Krishna, the holy sages to who have described the divine creator as the universal truth over the thousands years are messengers of the Gita that one may express their corporeal as well as eternal desires from God. Be awed by the God and not believe in other deities has already been proclaimed by many sages. But only the Gita explicitly shows the way to attain a spirituality and fathom the distance on the way of attaining it. The Gita not only gives a spiritual peace, it also makes it easier to attain eternal and enduring alleviation. In order to perceive it, please refer to the universally acclaimed commentary of Bhagavad Gita named as Yatharth Gita. Although the Gita is universally acclaimed, it has not been able to take the place of doctrine, of literature of any religion or sect, because religious sects are always cling by one or the other dictum or dogma. The Gita revealed in India is a legacy of the universal wisdom. The Gita is the ethereal heritage of India, the spiritual country. As such, it should be treated as national literature, and effort that may be directed at alleviation, alleviating humanity from the pathos of the tradition of class discrimination, conflicts, and altercation and accord peace. Uniform Dham principle. Everyone is child of God. The immortal soul in the body is a part of mind, and it is he who draws the five senses, and the sixth, the mind that dwell in nature. All human beings are children of God. Purpose of human body. It hardly needs saying that since pious dominant royal says Rajarsi. Attain to salvation, you should always engage in my worship after getting the rare human body, which is naturally afflicted with pain and suffering and is ephemeral to the right for such worship is granted to all those in a human body. Only two kinds of human beings. There are in the world of path two kinds of being, the pious and worm. I have already dwelt at length and the devilish, devilish of worm you will now hear from me. There are only two type of human beings, the Dev, divine, of whom the heart is dominated by the noble traits, and the Asur devil, whose evil traits dominate the heart in this entire creation. There are no other type of human beings. Fulfillment of every desire through God. Men who do pious deeds enjoined by the three Ved, who have tasted nectar and freed themselves from sin, and who wish for heavenly existence through worshipping me by yajna. Go to heaven, Indrelok, and enjoy godly pleasure as a reward for their virtuous acts. Through worship me, people aspire to reach the heaven, and I grant it to them. Therefore, everything can be easily attained through the grace of Supreme Being. Elimination of every sin by taking a refuge in the Supreme Being, even if you are the most heinous sinner, the ark of knowledge will carry you safely across all evils. Even the worst of all sinners can undoubtedly gain access to the Supreme Being by using the boat of wisdom. Constantly resting in the awareness of soul is called adhyatma, and perception of the Supreme Spirit, who is the end of realization of truth, are all knowledge, and whatever is contrary to them is ignorance. Dedication to the wisdom of the Supreme Soul and the direct perception of eternal wisdom, which is the manifestation of the Supreme Soul, constitute the components of the real wisdom. Anything other than this is ignorance. Thus, direct perception of God is wisdom. Everyone is entitled to worship, even if a man of the most depraved conduct worship me. Essentially, he is worthy of being regarded as a son because he is a man of true resolve. Thus, he soon grows pious and achieves eternal peace. And so, O son of Kunti, you should know beyond any doubt that my worshippers is never destroy. Gita 9 by 30 31. A great sinner, even if worships me with one pointedness and single mindedness, shall be transformed into noble soul and shall attain the everlasting peace within. Therefore, a noble soul is the one who has dedicated himself to the Supreme Being. Everlasting seed in divine path. Since selfless action neither wears on the seed from which it sprang, nor has any adverse consequence. Even a partial observance of this dham literates one from the dire terror of repeated birth and death. Gita 2 by 40. Even a small amount of action performed with the goal of self realization shall elevate the seeker from the terrible fear of birth and death cycle. His seed that is on in the divine path is never lost. The abode of the Supreme Being, propelling all living things that bestride a body which is but a contrivance by his Maya. Arjun, God abides in the hearts of all beings. Seek refuge with all your heart. O Bharat, in that God by words, whose grace you will attain to repose and the everlasting ultimate bliss. Gita 18 by 61 to 62. God resides within the heart of every living being. Therefore, one must surrender himself totally to this Supreme Being with complete detachment. Through his compassion, one shall attain the ultimate bliss. Yajna, Karma, Vikarma, performer of Yajna. God can be seen. Soul is eternal and true. Brahma, God of creation, and his creations are mortal. Worship for other deities, a relinquishment of a spiritual process. The ignoble, ordained procedure, scripture. Gita is a scripture. Dharma, whom to approach to know real dharma, not the true essence of all the paths worldwide are echoes of the Gita, divine message proclaimed by the holy saints since primeval times till date noted in chronological order. Sri Swami Gargananda has set up a plaque inscribed in form of this table at the entrance gate of the ashram during his stay on the auspicious day of Ganga Dashera 1993 at Sri Pramhans Ashram, Jagatanand village and post Bareni, Kachawa district, Mirzapur, UP. India a spiritual teacher for the world. इंडिया आध्यात्मिक शिक्षक है दुनिया का. The seed scripture of creation. Lord Krishna has taught Imam Viswat Yogam. Reverts Vedic sages. Primeval age with Narayan Sukt. भगवान श्री राम त्रेता million of years ago, Ramayan, aspirants of benediction without praying of the to the supreme being is an ignorant person. Yogeshwar Sri Krishna 5200 years ago, Gita reteaching of Dharma, and Bhagwan Sri Ram त्रेता million of year ago, रामायण लाखों साल पहले, और ये 5000 साल पहले. Reverse says Musa 3000 years ago, Bible of Old Testament. Revered sage Zarathustra 2700 years ago. Avast. Revered sage Mahavir 2600 years ago. Sutra Granth. Revered Gautam Buddha 25 years ago. Jesus Christ 2000 years ago. Muhammad Sahib 1400 year ago, and Shankaracharya 1200 year ago. Revered sage Kabir 600 year ago, and Guru Nanak 500 year ago. Dayanand Saraswati 200 year ago, and Swami Sri Paramanand just 1912 to 1969 AD. God bestow one violence. The enemies turn as friends and adversity becomes assets. God is omnipresent. Humble appeal, free face, yoga of irresolution and grief, curiosity about action, urging the enemy's destruction, elucidation of the deed of Yajna, supreme God, enjoyer of Yajna, yoga of meditation, immaculate knowledge, yoga with the impressible God, steering to spiritual enlightenment, account of God's glory, revelation of the omnipresent, yoga of devotion, sphere of action and its knower, division of the three properties, yoga of the supreme being, yoga of telling the divine from the demoniacal, yoga of threefold faith, yoga of renunciation summary. Humble appeal since quite a good number of Sanskrit words had to the included in the English rendering of Yatharth Gita. It is useful to explain briefly why and how they have been used. To take some more prominent examples, words such as Dharma Yoga, Yag, Sanskar, word, Sattva, Rajas, Tamas, Varna Sanskar, Karma, Kshetra, Kshetragya, and Pranayam. Pranayam, which occur through the whole book, are really untranslatable into English. Dharma, for instance, is not religion, and come is something more than action. Despite this, however, approximately English equivalents have been used wherever possible, but only of course if they do not distort or misrepresent the original meaning. So action, property, and sphere have been used for karma, varna, and kshetra, irrespective. Respectively, approximate English equivalent have also been used for sattva, rajas, and tamas, talking here that the do not obstruct the flow or rhythm of language, but it was not found possible to have English. Substitute for dharma, yog, yag, sanskar, and varna sanskar, varna sankar. And these words are, as well as many others have been used as they are, but since the meaning of all Sanskrit words used in the rendering, whether with or without English equivalents, is fully clarified in the text itself, Readers who have no familiarity with Sanskrit or Hindi will find no difficulty in comprehending them. The main object in this translation has been to use the unavoidable Sanskrit words or their English substitutes in such a way that they do not look like patchwork and obstruct reading in any way. As for the English transcription of these Sanskrit words, normal English alphabets has been used, so sanskar has been transcribed as sanskar. That is how the word is spoken. One of Swamiji disciples preface it appears that there is no need of any further exposition of the Gita, hundred of commentaries, out of which more than 50 are in Sanskrit have been attempts so far, but as though there are scores of interpretation, they have a common basis, the Gita, which is only one.